nearly 6 months of unrelenting Israeli assault on occupied Gaza, it is my solemn duty to report on the worst of what humanity is capable of and to present my finding, the anatomy of a genocide. The colonial amnesia of the West has condoned Israel's colonial settler project from the violent history of the very birth of the State of Israel. People around the world are taking to the streets, gathering, protesting, and demanding equal rights of all, from the river to the sea.
The Israeli project is not only apartheid, but aims at a final solution.
War crimes, crimes against humanity, genocide.
Now give the floor to the United Nations Watch.
Ms. Albanese, your report accuses Israel of genocide. Now at page 2, you say your report does not examine the Hamas crimes of October 7th because they are, quote, beyond the geographic scope of my mandate. Now, you went on a recent official trip to Australia, all expenses paid by the UN. Could you explain how Australia is within the geography of your mandate, but not the mass murder, rape, torture committed by Hamas terrorists on October 7th, invading Israel from Gaza, kidnapping hundreds of hostages, including babies and Holocaust survivors? If you ignore the Hamas massacre that started the war, the 14,000 rockets fired against Israeli towns, 130 hostages now being tortured in Gaza, how can you possibly understand the war? Now, although you say it's not in your mandate, you have commented. On February 10th, you mocked the statement of President Macron that October 7th constituted the greatest anti-Semitic massacre of our century. You said the victims were, quote, not killed because of their Judaism, but rather in reaction to Israel's oppression. In response, for the first time in history, both France and Germany condemned a UN rapporteur for anti-Semitism. France replied to you that, quote, the October 7th massacre is the biggest anti-Semitic massacre of the 21st century, and, quote, to deny it is wrong. France said it was, quote, scandalous and a disgrace for you to, quote, appear to justify it by dragging in the name of the United Nations. Germany, Madam Rapporteur, said it was appalling for you to, quote, justify the horrific terror attacks and to, quote, deny their anti-Semitic nature. Germany said, Madam Rapporteur, your remarks were a disgrace. We agree.
I must recall that all discourteous words or attacks on mandate holders are unacceptable, in particular against the Special Rapporteur in this instance. The comment in our terminology is of respect and dignity. This must be upheld scrupulously